One loss, and today is such an important day in the tournament. We're going to find out who progresses on to Sunday's quarterfinals here in the Champions Division, Challengers Division. Also on Sunday, we'll see all divisionals as well. Here we go. A couple seconds before the start of this first point. Omaha Vicious on your screen. Oh, and they lose a body immediately trying to get out here on the snake side. 4 alive for Omaha Vicious. Chicago Aftershock able to keep 5 bodies alive.
2 down. Vicious is down, 2 down. Here comes Aftershock into the snake, and he gets eliminated as he gets in there. Yeah,
Rab. Carl Markowski got shot trying to push up quickly here, and I think he got shot by the back corner bunker, but now look at this. Chicago Aftershock with that vaulted aggression that they normally have, just running into guns right now and giving Omaha Vicious a chance here. Initially in this point, it did not look good for Vicious, but now Vicious loses another body on the Dorito side. It's 2-on-2 right now, boys.
Yeah, look at this right now. You got Chicago Aftershock stuck in the middle. And on your screen, top side of the screen, Omaha Vicious trying to make a move down the Dorito side of the field. Right there, Shock loses their center player, leaving 1 person alive. So 2-on-1 in favor of Omaha Vicious, Steve.
Yeah. And here comes Vicious down the Dorito side, as you say that, Chris. So we knew this was going to happen. Bodies are going to come flying off the field, and that's what's happening. They're not staying alive at all.
Boys, the story of yesterday was which team was going to prevail. There was 2 parts of the game. Obviously, the chaotic, and then the last player, as Rob Velez, who had an awesome 2-on-1 point victory yesterday, looked real good for Chicago Aftershock. He walks off, so Omaha Vicious is going to take this first point here. Zach Sherman about to hang the flag, walking it in. Nice job by Vicious to maintain their composure. They went down 2 bodies early. It was 3-on-5 right at the start of this first point, but Vicious dug in the 3 players that were left alive. Zach Sherman, Trevor Reeser. Zach Sherman really stepped up this point. He had a great day yesterday. You can see the fire in Zach Sherman. He had some awesome moves down here on the snake side. So Zach Sherman stepping up, getting 3 confirmed kills here and having a point to put Vicious on the board. 1-0. We'll be right back after this. Well, it is a gloomy morning here, Cousins Paintball Park, though not as cold as it was yesterday. Perfect paintball weather for this first match between Vicious and Shock. Again, both these teams are 1-1. Next up, we're going to have the Ironmen taking on Houston Heat. Ironmen 0-2 yesterday. Really need to pick it up here Saturday. And Houston Heat's 1-1. So, Rab, Chris, yesterday we really saw the chaotic nature of this field, and it really comes down to who has that composure after those first bodies drop. That's actually step 2. Step 1, though, is being incredibly focused and able to get those downfield shots as soon as you hear that horn, because that is where things are really starting to first develop. But just like we saw Vicious do, they lost the first part of that first point, losing 2 bodies right away. Shock had 5 bodies alive, but Shock just ran into guns.
And I think that's where the teams can prevail. They're going to sit back, they're going to see the smoke clearing and say, okay, now what's going on? What's really happening on this field? Too many bodies walking off at the same time confuses some people, and the younger players are going to force it a little bit and get chopped up by people they miss. Sit back, wait to see what happens, smoke clears, then figure out what's going to happen after that.
Well, here we go. Start of point number 2.
Split screen breakout. You got Aftershock on your left, Omaha Vicious on your right. Everybody dropping bodies left and right everywhere.
Yeah, Vicious is doing a good job right now, shooting bodies off the break. 4 bodies alive for them, and they're in the stake. And a minor penalty on Chicago Aftershock. And look at this, Zach Sherman, smart heads-up play by Zach Sherman. He saw that flag. He saw the penalty flag go in the air, and as soon as he saw that yellow flag, he realized, hey, if I can beat this guy to the box and hang that flag up, then that means Shock has to start down a body, because the way the penalties work, minor penalties come off the board if you lose the point. Majors stay on. So, Zach, do you know who came to play this morning? Zach Sherman came to play some paintball.
Absolutely. He's been playing really, really well. With that said, with the minor penalty, you have got to get in the box for that penalty to start. So we can explain a little more about that. We'll be right back after these messages.
So let's look at how these two teams look on paper. If you're just looking at their past performances recently and who they have rostered, Chicago Aftershock has the advantage in the attack, especially, man, with the blazing speed of Karl Markowski and all the weapons they have in those front positions. But the problem with Shock is they're defending, finishing in clutch ability. Defending in clutch, Aftershock just hasn't shown us much in that department. I mean, look at that first point, guys.
That's
obviously
that's
this point,
right there.
Yeah, point 2 was a bloodbath for Shock, especially with that penalty. But point 1 showed their weakness there. They had 5 bodies alive to start this first point. They couldn't have asked for a better break. But now they all got shot out of their bunkers. They ran to their deaths. And Vicious has stolen the early momentum here. And on your screen, looking at the Ironman getting ready to go. They do not want to start today like they did yesterday. They are 0-2, playing a Houston Heat. It's 1-on-1. That will be after this matchup for game number 2. So here we go.
Let's see if we say the name Karl Markowski, because he hasn't done anything yet. So here he goes. He gets blasted in the beginning of the game.
And I was just going to say that, Steve. They're doing a really good job of shutting down Karl Markowski.
Yeah,
he was a huge threat. He's super fast. All the Shock players are going down quickly. Omaha Vicious coming down hard on all sides of the field. Here comes the pain.
Matt Sossman, big move up the center to bunker out the last player. Great job by number 85, Matt Sossman, there to close it out. Trevor Reeser, number 31, is going to sprint that flag in. And the story of this game, the past 2 points have been off the break shooting from Omaha Vicious. They are decimating Shock over here on this snake side of the field off the break. We haven't seen Karl Markowski play 1 point yet.
Yeah, he hasn't done
I mean, he's played 3, but he's been shot right away in every single point.
And one thing I've noticed as well is the game before, Aftershock ran to the snake all the way without diving in. Like that, they're taking too much.
Well, you know, Omaha Vicious is doing a really good job of shooting their lanes right now, shutting down Karl Markowski, shooting the lanes up the middle, shutting down the whole snake side, so to speak, so they can go up the middle, come down the snake hard, and just cross field shot.
Vicious looks really good right now.
They do look really good right now.
They look really, really good. Vicious, they did not want to come in flat for this game. They look the opposite of flat. They look hyped up right now.
Well, they're progressing throughout the tournament, as we had spoke about. Their first game, it was so-so at the best. Second game, they played really, really well, and it seems like they're just getting better and better. I think with all the teams, that's the way it's going to be throughout this tournament.
I agree. Houston, you know, that first game they played against Heat, they lost 7-4, and then Vicious won against the Ironman. So I think that was a really good one for them. Let's check it out here. Sossman in the replay. And there goes Matt Sossman. And that's great because that sets the tempo. And that's what Vicious is doing right now. They're setting the tempo. So they could have slow played that. They had a ton of bodies. They had the numerical advantage. But I love seeing stuff like this, especially early on in the morning, because it sets the pace, it sets the tempo. And you are sending a message to that other team saying, hey, man,
don't go to that bunker again.
It's going to hurt. We're gonna be putting the fire right back in your face. It looks like Aftershock smartly calls a timeout.
And 2 names that we said yesterday for Aftershock was Karl Markowski and Brian McKenna. He had a great day yesterday as well.
McKenna played stellar yesterday.
After 3 points, we haven't heard from these guys yet, so they need to get this going for all the Aftershock fans watching at home.
Good point, Steve. Consistency is going to be so key for Aftershock's future here. And with this timeout, we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
I am here with Aaron Tholey and Aftershock's pit. Now, you guys were favored to actually win this one based off of how you guys performed yesterday. You're down 3 points, 0-3, but you have over 17 minutes on the clock. How are you guys feeling? Do you think you can make a comeback?
Yeah, of course. We need to maintain our composure here in the pit, wake up a little bit. We got a couple, we got to get those G's off the break. We're bouncing that Echo guy or the first guy in the snake side, so we got to make sure we get that kill. And we're going to go from there.
Before we were on camera, you were telling me there's a little rivalry between Aftershock and Vicious. Is that pumping you guys up a bit more?
Well, yeah, a little bit. You know, both Midwest teams, they need to be kind of told who the powerhouse Midwest team is. So we're here to do that.
All right, we'll see if Aftershock can get some points on the board. We got 45 seconds.
I love Aaron Tholey. but
you're down 3-0.
Vicious is letting them know
who
the powerhouse
as of,
Midwest team is as of right now.
As of 17:35 and a 3-0 lead. So
good point, Steve.
We're still early, but right now.
The cool thing about paintball is that you always get another shot. There's always another tournament as long as you stay in the game, both literally and metaphorically. But the thing is that. Yeah, man. I mean, Vicious they're just setting the tempo and the pace right now, and as far as absolutely, these are two Midwest teams, and Aftershock has that legend, and I'm sure the Vicious guys looked up to the name Aftershock when they were first coming into the game, but Vicious is just decimating Shock off the break. So now Shock stays in the pocket a little bit here and tries to get out wide. Shock 4 bodies alive for them. Referee running in to check out Luis Munoz. And he's clean, but then he gets stabbed at that center bunker. Here comes Chicago Aftershock boys trying to get on the board.
And look at Karl Markowski coming on the snake. He's wide open, nobody containing right now. He has nobody stopping him. He's going to realize that in 1 second and run down the snake and start shooting everybody.
Yeah, bodies are dropping for Vicious. Here comes Chicago Aftershock. This is exactly what they needed after the 3-0 spanking that they've been getting so far this morning.
5 alive and no penalties.
And I was actually going to say that, Maddie and Steve. What makes a great team? You can go up 3 points, 4 points. We've seen teams go up 6 points on Moscow Red Legion at one point and then lose.
Yep.
So, and it looks like Karl Markowski or somebody had a hit on them, and that's a minor penalty going to be assessed against Aftershock. Now, what happened was all 5 players come down the field. The ref noticed a player that was hit, or still playing the game. They assessed a minor penalty on him. He did not hang the flag, which means it wasn't a dirty hang. However, they will now start with 4 people and a 1-minute minor penalty. Because they win that point, they will have to serve that full 1 minute.
Yeah, unfortunate turn of events if you're an Aftershock fan. But the good news is that it looks like they shook off the early morning jitters here, because that was a very dominant point for Chicago Aftershock. They stayed, it was a conservative breakout for them. Yeah, they did risk a guy keeping him in the blind area back by the start station, but they stayed in the pocket. Let's check out this replay here.
Now, as you see, he stopped real quick. He didn't hang the flag. The ref goes over and notices he's hit. That's Rob Velez. He goes, yeah, hey, I think I have something on my leg here. And unfortunately for him, here comes a minor penalty getting thrown against Rob Velez. That's a minor penalty, 1-minute minor. So they will serve that full 1 minute this game.
After you got a point, 5 alive, and then now you're going to start the next game and give Vicious, but you always say that 20% advantage right on the break. And on this field, you can't afford to do that.
No, not on the break. Good point, Steve, because, yeah, man, this field very much is about how crisp your shots are off the break. There are no back bunkers to hide behind. You have to run out to your spots. So the guys that are really efficient at whipping that gun around right when the horn sounds and put that effective, accurate fire back on their opponents, those are the guys that are going to win this tournament, because so much has been decided and the majority of the points off the break. But the second part of that is we've also seen, like we saw Vicious do coming back in this first point of this game, was when they lost 2 bodies, but then they maintained their composure and started chopping guys up.
But good heads-up play right there by Rob Velez. He stopped within inches of hanging that flag, which resulted in a dirty hang. That means no point. And he's not going to quite make this. Another mental mistake by Chicago Aftershock.
He tagged up, though, so let's see if he can get out alive.
No, he didn't actually get there in time. He's going to get called out. Another minor penalty against Aftershock. You see right here, number 8 going down the snake hardcore.
Shane Colby. Chris Rabb, we keep seeing this tournament after tournament.
They're their own
absolutely,
and they played so good yesterday.
They keep shooting themselves in the foot, man. It's really frustrating to watch. I mean, how do you not get 4 guys out if you're already down a body, as we see Vicious. Look at Zach Sherman is just playing like all-star right now, which doesn't surprise me. But, God, Shock, get it together. It's so frustrating to watch this. They dominated yesterday. They played great. They fought back through adversity. Just across the board, guys stepping up. McKenna had an amazing day yesterday. Markowski looked like a rocket out there. Rob Velez pulling off 2-on-1s. But now they can't even get 4 guys out when they have a penalty already to start. And I know they don't have a huge roster. Look at this replay here. 3 guys in the box, or 3 guys in the start station, and then here comes, I think that was Rob Velez.
Well, at least he got a couple shots off, at least. He got a couple of balls out. I'm surprised he didn't actually call a penalty on that. But,
I'm sure Rennick's watching at home, proud of him.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you do.
But listen to the pits right now. Chicago Aftershock, see what they have to say.
Yeah. Let's go. There should be one on the table somewhere.
Yeah, so you can see there Mikey Bruno, coach of the team, looking stoic.
You know, for being such a bad guy back in the Aftershock days, carrying a pink clipboard around.
Hey, breast cancer awareness, man.
Hey, well,
he's
yeah.
a different Mikey.
Yeah,
I'm proud of Mikey Bruno.
I am too, man.
Mikey Bruno made it out of the abyss.
He's been
not
around.
many people can say that.
No, he's been around the block. That guy is he's one hell of a guy. We grew up together, as you all know. He's a great coach. I'm very proud of his team right now. They're not playing up to their potential, as I see. Omaha Vicious playing up to their full potential. So those two combinations is not looking good for Aftershock right now. 4-1.
Vicious looks really good right now.
Yeah.
Chicago Aftershock is definitely helping them out a little bit, but I'm not going to take anything away from Vicious. They came to play some paintball this morning. So the score is 4-1 with 15:59 to go left in this first game. It's Saturday's competition. Tons of time left, and with this chaotic, fast layout, we've seen some comebacks.
Case in point, Infamous.
Yeah, Infamous had to come back yesterday. They defeated Damage 6-5. Infamous looked good yesterday.
Yeah, they did.
They also had their first win was a come-from-behind victory as well, too, when they went down 2-0.
Yeah.
On the breakout, split screen breakout, Chicago Aftershock to your left, Omaha Vicious on your right. Aftershock again taking one loss in the break. 3 players on 5 right now. And here comes Shane Colby down the snake, going to work, taking on another Aftershock player. He is just beast mode right now. Oh, and there goes another Aftershock player. Only guy left, far side of your field, seen him make the move. Chicago Aftershock, that's a lone survivor. And here comes Omaha Vicious.
They're going to try to get him in, keep him in the
Sherman
penalty
again.
box for the next point, which is smart.
Zach Sherman just stat stuffing right now.
Yeah, Shane Colby and Zach Sherman have combined for 9 confirmed kills so far. Here, the score is now going to be 5-1. And I don't know what Chicago needs to do in their pits to get it hyped up, but they came a little flat this morning. And the Omaha Vicious on the flip side, wow.
They look
very
good.
Prepared.
They're ready to go in that next game against Dynasty. And that game, if this continues on, will be 2-1, and Dynasty's 2-0 from yesterday. So that game right there decides who's probably going to go on one of those teams for tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, and with
Sunday afternoon.
Well, let's check out this replay here real quick.
Here's Shane Colby.
Yeah, Shane Colby gets right into that 50-yard line snake. We saw him play it pretty well yesterday, and he comes around, realizes, hey, no one's putting me in. I'm going to come around, I'm going to do my work in here, gets a G out of there, and then immediately starts looking towards that center of the field. So nice work by Shane Colby. Zach Sherman, 6 confirmed kills for him, and 5 for Shane Colby. So 11 total. Those guys doing the majority of the killing out there for Omaha Vicious. And that was a quick point. There's still 15-25 to go here in this match.
You know, we're not that far apart. We're still, you know, it's 5-1. It's still a 4-point differential between the two. But Omaha Vicious just looking dominant right now. As long as they can continue doing what they're doing, shooting people on the break, if Aftershock can stay out of the box, they'll probably have a chance here.
You know, paintball is very much a game of positions, and I'm sure Omaha Vicious did their homework last night and realized, hey, we're playing Chicago Aftershock. McKenna had a great day yesterday. Markowski did, Lawhead, Velez. We need to isolate their weapons, and that is exactly what they're doing. The thing with Shock, though, is it's tough. They don't. I mean, they do have a lot of variables in the sense that they could throw Carl over on the D side and switch some stuff up. They have a lot of front attackers, but they've been basically rolling with the same crew. They're short staffed. They don't have a gigantic roster. Well, let's check out this break. Split screen breakout. Shock on your left, Vicious on your right. And here goes. Can't Shock survive the break? They stay in the pocket again. Rap.
And they get one. Oh, there's a red flag. Man.
Unfortunately, that looks like a major penalty on Chicago Aftershock.
And though
Boromello.
And though Colby did get shot for Vicious, and there's only 4 players left alive, and also here comes Parker Rosenthal, so no one on the snake side right now. So this is huge. If Shock can actually cut this penalty down, they have the chance to. There's 3-on-3 right now, so they really need to suck that time down. Minute and 40 seconds left on that major penalty. They really got to be careful here pushing forward. Vicious with the gigantic lead, and also they know that major penalty's on the board.
Well, and that was Kirk Wozni at the center up there in the middle A, getting shot. And look at the move up the center. Here comes Aftershock.
It's
now.
AJ Lawhead. AJ Lawhead making moves through the center, and then he just throws his body away after that awesome snapshot. We might see another penalty here. Ref running in, checking him out. No, he's clean. So here comes Rob. Velez makes an awesome shot.
Wow, look at this. Here he comes through.
He's got to be careful, though.
Oh, got too Too much there, man.
You got to play a complete point, man. I don't care how well. If you get in a bunker, roll around, make a great snapshot, that does not mean that everyone else is dead and you go run to your death. That's not how it works. You cannot.
Get
you
your
have
composure.
Yes.
See what's going on. You just eliminated a key guy on the field. Get to the right bunker. You don't got to keep going.
Paintball's
like
not just about winning gunfights. It's about timing. It's about knowing where the bodies are. It's about communication. And you know, we just watched 2 awesome snapshots from AJ Lawhead and Velez right there. And then after that, they immediately just giddied up and ran to their death. Let's check out this replay. So you're looking at, this is that penalty, Kurt Wozni in the center, number 11. Referee's in there checking him out. He's going to throw that major flag. They were able to suck a minute and 6 seconds off that penalty.
You know, but still, they had that game in hand. There was nobody in the snake side. All they had to do was get out here, lock down the field, grind the penalty down. Then it would be a 4-on-2 situation. They come down, win the point. You know, we'll talk about that after these messages, though.
Welcome back, and thank you for accessing awesome paintball gear from RazaLife.com.
Yeah, you know, Raza believes in creating something for absolutely everyone. You can customize any Raza jersey or have your own custom jersey designed just for you.
Wow, Raza sure makes it easy to represent who you are and where you're from with custom jerseys, pants, and much more.
You really can get in on the action and feast on all Raza has to offer by calling right away.
So the story of the year right now is how Raza can really bring out the style your team is looking for. Thanks for checking out RazaLife.com. Come right back after watching this tournament.
So the story of this first game this morning is that Omaha Vicious, they have been playing very tight paintball off the break, awesome shots off the break, maintaining their composure even if they lose bodies, and Shock making a lot of mental mistakes out there, and pretty much the opposite of what they did in their win yesterday.
Against Heat.
Against Heat.
Not taking anything away from Omaha Vicious. Those guys are playing really, really well right now. They're shooting good lanes. They're playing conservative to a point, and they're making good moves.
They have 6 players out there.
Well, at least Lawhead got off in time.
You know, 14 minutes left in this game. 6-1 in favor of Omaha Vicious. Let's see what Aftershock has on the screen. Split screen breakout. Aftershock on your right, Omaha Vicious on your left.
49 seconds remain on that major penalty, and Shock losing a body, coming out wide. Looks like they might have lost another one here on the inside insert bunker to the snake. They lose Carl Markowski, who's trying to get up on that D side. They flipped him over. Switch spots for him. Shane Colby in the snake. Look at the couple players left alive on your screen for Chicago Aftershock. Not looking good for them. Vicious is in position, and they have a gigantic lead right now. Now Shane Colby pressing his advantage, and he's just going to giddy up and run down the last couple players left alive.
And finishes off the back corner.
Shane Colby. Shane Colby putting a ref down.
He put the ref down and the back corner.
He comes out spinning, trying to get the back corner, and just murders the ref. The guy laying on the ground there, yep, that's the guy. Way to go, Omaha Vicious.
That win with the 7-1 with the point differential, that's a big win, and that's bad for Aftershock after going 1-1 yesterday. So Vicious putting 7-1 in this bracket, that's important with that point differential.
Well, let's check out this replay here. Shane Colby just blazing away. No one's safe from Shane Colby's gun. Let's check it out. Rob Velez in his bunker. Shane Colby puts him down and then just rib shots the ref.
I don't mean to laugh, but that was funny. Okay, I meant to laugh. But anyway, good job, Omaha Vicious, 7-1 coming out. Chicago Aftershock not playing up to the potential this morning. Very unfortunate for those guys. I was very proud of them yesterday. But let's see if they can pick it up this afternoon. They still have one more game left. They can pull it out.
Well, the good thing for Shock is that they had a win yesterday when they defeated Houston Heat. That was a 4-point spread for them. The score was 7-3. And the loss that they took against Dynasty was 7-5. So only -2 there. But this was a big loss for them here. Huge point differential, -6 for them on this game. So that's could hurt their chances to advance in the tournament. We're going to have to find out, see how well they do against the Ironmen, who struggled yesterday, and they're now about to play Houston Heat coming up next.
Well, you know, Omaha Vicious is 2-1 right now, +7 in the differential, which is really, really good going into this 4th game against Dynasty. I think that if they can maintain what they're doing, at the very, very worst, let's say they go 2-2, and there'll be a neutral 0 at the very worst. You know, so.
Yeah, no, it looks good for Vicious right now.
That worked for X Factor at World Cup.
Yeah, and Vicious is looking sharp. Let's check in with Lauren Kelly here, 4th member of our broadcast team, down in the pits.
I am down here with Parker Rosenthal and Shane Colby of Vicious. They just won the first match here on day 2. Congratulations, guys. You were playing so well. That's the best we've seen you play so far this weekend. What did you work on yesterday? What kind of advice did Todd give you guys to make sure you performed at this high level?
Well, like we talked about yesterday, we were having problems with the lanes. That was the biggest thing, is lanes and being aggressive, because this field really favors the aggressive. So we've just been working on that, focusing up, making our shots, and that's what's been working.
Well, obviously, Aftershock is known for being really aggressive, and they performed at a really high level yesterday. Were you surprised that you were able to blow this out so quickly?
Not really. We did what we were supposed to do. We studied their games. We learned everything they were going to do. So, I mean, we did what we were supposed to do, you know, so we just got it done. We did whatever.
All right, well, Vicious won the first match of the day. They are 2 for 1 now. Aftershock just lost that one. We'll be back with more.
I'll tell you what, Shane Colby, phenomenal on the field. Terrible interview.
Yeah.
Terrible.
He is not a public speaker.
Following Pops.
Not a public speaker.
So next up, Houston Heat going to be taking on the Los Angeles Ironmen. Ironmen went 0-2 yesterday. Houston Heat 1-1. So both those teams struggling to keep alive in this tournament. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.